Welcome to my show, Too Transparent, Too Transformative. I'm your host, Tara Love, and I'm here with my co-host and returning guest,
Daria. Hi.
Hi, and that's my bestie as well. So, Daria is here with us from Orlando because we record in Atlanta, and I'm so glad you are co-hosting this episode.
Yes, glad to be here.
Now, as you guys know, or just learning, I have 4 segments, and the first segment is the first game, Unfiltered, Unfinished. This subcategory is boundaries and baggage. You ready to get into it?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm gonna do the first category and Daria's gonna do the second category. So boundaries is self-respect and growth. What's a boundary you didn't used to have, but now you have to protect with your peace?
I would say getting what I need to get done before doing whatever I need to do for someone else.
Yeah.
I had to learn that, I wouldn't say the hard way, I guess it was just like more a repetitive way of realizing like, oh, I'm not getting what I need out of this. Why? Oh, because I didn't do what I needed to do. So a boundary is to make sure I'm good first before bringing anyone else into me.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Put yourself first. You know, you remember the little meme / it comes from the show Empire with Taraji P. and it's like, I gotta put myself first.
Literally. Gotta keep that in my head.
Literally. The next question. Fuck,
Are you not gonna answer?
Yeah. Okay. For me, I would say that a boundary I didn't used to have was like I didn't care about communication. Like, you could be inconsistent with communication and I didn't used to care, but now it's like just be grown.
Yeah.
Tell me if you busy or you can't talk. Don't have me up here thinking, because it's like, yeah, that's simple. We grown, and I'm not teaching you, simple stuff like that.
Can't.
Okay, the next question: when did you realize saying no was a power move and not a problem?
Honestly, I feel like I learned that at a young age. You know, I learned I could say no. My parents did a great job teaching me how to stand up for myself, do what I want against other people, So me saying no, that's something simple. You don't like it, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I feel like, I would say I had to learn that saying no was a power move only in the family context. Like, I could say no to others. I don't know y'all. Or even if I do know you, it's no direct connection where I have to be worrisome about how you're gonna respond.
Yeah.
Versus family, it's like, what is gonna happen? So that's what I learned, but now anybody can get it. Family, friends, stranger, respectfully. No. I told Daria about this. Atlanta is such not a real place, as they say. But I had someone try to tell me, about my own self. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't play like that.
Let's stop.
Yeah, because it's like I said, know how to operate with whoever you're dealing with, but also know that I don't owe you anything, respectfully. Even though I do want to give back, y'all. I'm just saying, though, in the general aspect, we don't owe.
Yeah, it's a choice. We choose to do this. We choose to do anything.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, now let me turn it over to you.
Okay, so our next section is baggage.
Yes.
Lessons, drama, and healing. So what's a piece of baggage you used to carry that you finally left at the gate?
Major hazard. If y'all listen to my music, the song Major Hazard from my debut album, The Mirror, it was about somebody. And that's somebody I'm so glad I had to toodle. And it's crazy because I never even thought we would be cordial enough to still have conversation. But we are. We still got each other's number and stuff. It's just we don't talk how we used to. But it's the main reason I'm labeling it as baggage, because overall, he's a great guy, and the general aspect as in, he ain't never called me out my name, stuff like that. But it's your baggage, because anything that's not benefiting me or enriching me, I gotta let you go.
Yep.
So It is what it is. So I left your ass at the gate.
Okay, so for me, a kind of baggage that I have left at the gate would be, honestly, I mean this in the nicest way, I would say my family baggage.
Okay.
You know, because my family, of course, I have a lot of individuals in my family, and we all have our different things going on, and I feel like my family is used to just like holding things, and I learned not to holding things. I realized like, you know, people are the people, they're going to do whatever, and just that's what it is. If I want to deal with that person, I need to deal with them in the love and the light that God tells me to, you know? So instead of just being like, oh, this person's doing this, whatever, I choose to be here, so let me go ahead and revert this. So the baggage of, just anything that my parents, my siblings, or anything held on to, I feel like I'm able to just be me, flow.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes. Next question is, what's something someone misunderstood about you, and did you correct them?
I feel like I'm always having to correct people because I'm an Aries woman, and I know a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, zodiac sign this, astrology this. But a lot of y'all literally directly connect to these characteristics that's been predicted. And mine that's literally accurate is I'm impatient and I'm impulsive, and that's definitely not two things I need to have at the same time, but I do, and I'm working on that. But it's like I had to correct people because they'll say, oh, you aggressive, oh, you rude. I wasn't aggressive or rude. I was honest with you. I was blunt. So being blunt can sometimes come off as brutal, but it's really, what, did I lie? No. So it's like, I just had to call them out and let them know. Anytime a black woman do anything, that don't mean we aggressive. Even though, don't get it twisted, it is some aggressive black women. But I'm saying, when I'm an effective communicator, don't try to label me as something just because you're not used to somebody being direct with you.
I like that.
What about you though?
Okay, something that I guess gets misunderstood about me is, I guess it's only to people that I have not like let in or invited into knowing who I am, but I get a lot of like, oh, she's mean, or she just doesn't really want to engage, or you know, she's so, people call it like stuck up, and that's not the case. It's just I feel like I don't need to put all my energy into you, especially if it's just a passing moment, you know? So I'll do my little hello, but people want to talk. If I don't feel like talking, I'm just not going to talk, you know? So I get a lot of that. And did I ever correct them? No. Like if I don't correct you, it means like I really don't see you in my life. I'm gonna be honest. So if I didn't correct you, you were just a passing moment. And I mean that respectfully.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when it comes to correcting someone, it's only supposed to be with somebody you feel like you are going to be, like, they're going to be a part of your life, you're going to be a part of theirs. Because, like, I honestly don't have to waste my breath, you know, just because. All right. That was great. I love that. Y'all, boundaries help you know how to get rid of baggage. Hello. Just so y'all were like, why she grouped it together. Now we're getting into segment 2, which is Rapid Reflections, aka 2-minute rants. And you know, this is me all by myself, but afterwards you can help it be better. Of course, I'm about to talk about these scientific experiments we call it food in this country. So the topic today is chemically created concoctions, aka American food products. And when I say American, I'm talking about the United States of America, because I know Canada and other places like to be like, y'all not only America. Baby, we don't want to be. It's just, obviously we're the only country in America that has America in our name. But yeah, I'm talking about USA. All the other ones, be happy you can sit this one out. I gotta start my timer, you guys. All right, and I am starting now. I got 2 minutes to talk about something I could talk about for an hour, honey. I'm a vegetarian, so is Daria. And I know that vegetarians and vegans, we probably feel the most disrespected when it comes to this food industry, because food dyes are vegan. Head ass. Titanium dioxide is vegan. All this chemical bullshit that don't have no beneficial factors can still be labeled as vegan and vegetarian. And it's unfortunate because a lot of the processed foods y'all feed to children. So not only do they have petroleum-based food colorings, they also have, so many chemical bioengineered ingredients, which it has it on there. It's just very small at the bottom. Go check your Ritz crackers and your Oreo cookies. Anything made by the Nabisco company is bioengineered ingredients. But let me tell you what shocked me. Potato chips. Certain potato chips are bioengineered, which is just another way to say genetically modified. And it's crazy because all potato chips is potatoes thin. My ancestor, George Crumb, aka George Speck, invented that y'all get the profit off of, and y'all can't even do that right. And if you like, well, which potato chips? Pringles, yeah, bioengineered ingredients, every single Pringle flavor, whether it's the pizza, because I know them the popular ones, the pepperoni pizza, y'all love them, or it's the sour cream and onion, whichever ones, they all bioengineered. So it's like, why does the FDA allow toxic chemicals, products in our, into our food system or into makeup products and all this if they care about us? Y'all, 2 minutes ain't enough, right? I'm through. Okay, Daria.
Listen,
what do you have to say?
Everything you said, I was just like, yup. I agree with it 100%. It's like, okay, let me just go ahead and get the garden going in my backyard.
Yes.
Because this is too much. This is too much.
It's too much. And then it's like, anything with the number 8 on any vegetable or fruit, they say don't buy that because that's genetically modified.
Really? Oh,
like
in the beginning?
On the number, the numerical number that's on the barcode with fruits and vegetables, if it starts with the number 8, they say don't buy it.
Great.
But I think organic begins with 4.
Okay.
So I'm just giving y'all some little tips because we live in America. They want to give you the cheaper poison.
They not for us.
And what's crazy, these same companies, say for instance Coca-Cola, it started here in Atlanta. Oh yeah, we love a good Sprite, huh? We love this. Coca-Cola doesn't even put high fructose corn syrup or the chemical colorants that they use in Fanta in other products that they ship to Europe. So Europe, has these things banned. Versus America, of course, like I said, the FDA allows it for profit. But they literally shipping the good Cokes to Europe while we get all the BS. And that's not only Coca-Cola, that's Kellogg's. They do right in these other countries where they're literally required to. But here, they make their biggest profit because they can do whatever they want.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Nobody has got the technique of the lemon lime better than Coke. Even though it's toxic, for some reason the Sprite is better than any of y'all little mock-offs. I'm not even gonna lie. I tried to try Poppy. No offense to Poppy. Thankfully you are doing way better, but you need to get back in that lab. Because that lemon lime ain't hitting enough. It ain't hitting enough.
I never had that one.
Yeah, so Poppy is just giving that to y'all. I know I just talked a little junk about a lemon lime, but they have multiple flavors and they're better than the toxic sodas y'all drinking / you giving it to the kids. I really am not worried about adults per se because it's like you have the information to know better. But feeding it to children, knowing that the ingredients are toxic, and you can read the ingredients, y'all, because they probably lie on that cover, no artificial, get this, like Crystal Light, got no artificial, but as soon as you flip the box over, it tells you all the artificial it has.
That thing terrible.
Yeah, so don't get that, and don't get Crystal Light thinking you're doing better, you're just drinking water with the Crystal Light, you're drinking Red 40. That's your cup of Red 40 for today, like be so for real. But that's the end of this talk. Just let's make health conscious decisions. That's what this episode 2 is about. Healthy living. So we're trying to encourage everyone to make healthier habits. We know that it's probably some meat eaters who might watch this, carnivores as they call them, or even some pescatarians who are still consuming dead animals, but they're consuming seafood as their main protein source. So it's like, it's all about the healthy habits you have overall, because a lot of y'all don't have them at all. So now we're moving into the third segment. Segment 3 is called Crystal Clear. This subcategory is healthy living. So we got some questions now that we have to ask, so we can get more information about, you know, how we feel about our own health journeys. And also to encourage those who are watching this to, like I said, have more healthy habits in their lives. Yay! Please. Yes. So the first question, what has the journey been like for us as vegetarians? What are some common misconceptions about vegetarianism that you would like to debunk? And would you consider veganism?
Okay.
There you go.
So my journey has been one of awakening. I would say I love that I transitioned into being a vegetarian. I would say some common misconceptions I get is, oh, you're not really eating, or you're not really, that's your plate, whereas whatever. And I'm just like, I get full, I'm happy, I actually feel a lot better after eating this meal. So I get trashed a lot, even just going out. That's it? Oh, you're eating rabbit food? Oh, what?
I love to say
just
that.
because I don't have a greasy beef patty, does that mean I don't have a meal in front of me?
Yes.
So, and would I consider veganism? Yes, I would. I have still just a hold on me when it comes to ice
the desserts. It's the desserts all the time.
I'm just I would definitely give me extra of that. That's my only thing. But yeah, it's coming. I can see myself coming. I couldn't give you a timeline, but that's my goal. That is my goal.
Well, for the first part of the question, I would say the journey has been amazing because, due to what I have learned from Dr. Sebi, and let's specify, Dr. Sebi was a vegan. I'm a vegetarian currently, but what I have learned from him, I've been able to redistribute this knowledge to others. And that's what makes me happy, that even if someone doesn't transition, it's well, they know now. They be like my little cousins, they'll be like, oh my goodness, this has red fork in it. Because it's them knowing what I've told them. So it's that's what I love about the journey, the awakening, whatever you want to call it, the transition. Common misconceptions about vegetarianism, and this can also apply to veganism as well, is that we eat in sides. But it's no, we're eating vegetables. We're eating all the things that we can without the dead animals. So it's if you want to put carcass in your body, then know that you're going to put a clitoris too. But we're going to get back to the fact that it's nothing per se healthy about putting dead animals in your body, because it's been scientifically proven. The same doctor that you go to can tell you about the research that putting meat in your body, putting seafood in your body is carcinogenic. And let me clarify this real quick, because a lot of y'all don't know. The main reason a pescatarian doesn't eat meat is because seafood is cold-blooded, while other animals are warm-blooded. So meat, I don't, because people love it. That's another thing. They be like, so you don't eat seafood? You know it's not meat. You don't even know the reason it's not meat. It's just because it's cold-blooded. And just in case you pescatarians need to know, seafood has a high mercury content. So it's still toxic. But I mean, to each his own. But pescatarians really, I don't know why y'all have a name for y'all category, because it's you still eat dead animals.
Yeah.
You still eat dead animals. And a lot of y'all pescatarians, that's what it is. That's the gateway to you going back to eating poultry and whatever else, is because you so used to eating, like I said, still eating that dead flesh that has, whatever flavor into it. So yeah, Lastly, would I consider veganism? Of course I would. Because guess what? I plan to become vegan on my transition date, which my transition date is in November. So November of this year, 2025, will make 3 years I've been a vegetarian.
Yay.
But also, that's when I plan to become a vegan. So last year was my last Thanksgiving with regular macaroni, y'all. But if you know me, you know I throw down. Now, number 2, what are your favorite vegetarian meals or recipes? And what are some easy tips for meals, like meal planning or preparing vegetarian meals on busy days?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so my favorite vegetarian meal is anything with mushrooms. Like, I go crazy for mushrooms. Any mushrooms, just give me it all. I like to make a lot of pastas. I like pasta, and I'm really into spaghetti squash, so that is my pasta. And then okay, so as far as like my meal planning, when I go to the grocery store, I'll make sure to get like sweet potatoes and maybe the spaghetti squash. Or always have, and then always mushrooms, always a squash. And I like to kind of like prepare 2 different types of meals as far as taste, you know, because it's gonna all be the same vegetables that I use in the 2 different meals. I'm saucing.
You're making it more versatile.
Yes, exactly. So on a Monday I could eat barbecue. On the Tuesday, teriyaki, go back to barbecue. And so I guess like just be prepared, and doesn't take long to cook vegetables like at all. So it's simple. Yeah,
I'm the same as far as meal prepping. I try to make 2 meals out of 1, just so it doesn't feel too repetitive, and like I said, it increases versatility. Now, I will say that as a vegan or as a vegetarian, obviously, if you don't like mushrooms, you realize your options are limited. But thankfully, mushrooms are alkaline. And if you need to know any alkaline fruits and vegetables, all you have to do is Google Dr. Sabi's alkaline list. But that's what I think is important to say, is like, I'm always trying to incorporate alkaline fruits and vegetables into whatever I'm cooking. So I might do, some jasmine rice with some mushrooms, bell pepper, onions, because all those things on top that I just mentioned, vegetable-wise, fruit-wise, because bell pepper is a fruit, you guys. Some of y'all don't know that. But anyways, I made sure, like I said, it's alkaline, because it's like, sometimes we get times to do cheat days or whatever you want to call it, but it's like if you finna meal prep, come on, you need to get some kind of vegetables in there. So why not make sure they're alkaline? And then of course I love a good smoothie. So sometimes I do like smoothies for breakfast, and I make sure if I am putting chia seeds, which are Dr. Sabi approved as well, make sure you soak them. Okay, you guys, like soak them in some water overnight, then put them in your smoothies. Why do you soak them? Because as you can see, they expand. So it's not advised to just eat chia seeds directly, because it potentially could expand in your throat and cause like clogs, like your throat clogging. So be careful with that. But yes, in addition, me and Daria are going to show y'all some healthy options that's available in Whole Foods, that's organic, and only 2 to 3 ingredients, because the one has 2 ingredients and one has 3 ingredients, but they're so good. And that is fruit jerky. So if you're ever in Whole Foods, you can get this for your kids instead of getting that toxic Pop-Tart you was thinking about, okay? That's great. All right. Y'all know I love a good mango. And the great thing about this, mango and blueberries are alkaline fruits.
Yummy.
Yay. All right. So now I'm going to turn it over to Daria so she can ask some health questions.
Okay. How do you ensure you're getting all the necessary nutrition on a vegetarian diet? What advice do you have here for someone considering switching to a vegetarian lifestyle?
So to answer your question, I ensure I get all the nutrients by, like I said, sticking to the Dr. Sabi route. I try to make sure I drink a gallon of water a day. Now, some days it doesn't work out for me, but I try to make sure I drink a gallon of natural spring water. And I also love water that God has given us in addition, which is water from fruits. So I like to juice, I like to do smoothies. It's just a lot of these fruits like watermelon and all the other alkaline with seeds. Make sure you get seeded fruits. But it's a natural detox, and it also provides us with minerals. But if we want something that gives us all the vitamin minerals, everything, I make sure to take black seed oil and sea moss, because that's essential. But I think people think we don't get enough nutrients because they keep trying to say, you need your protein, you need your protein, you need your protein. You realize you can have no protein for the rest of your life and you wouldn't die, because protein is only to build muscle. Now, don't get me wrong, you can have protein because protein is in vegetables, protein is in beans, protein is in nuts. That's 3 things that ain't meat that got protein in it, y'all. But I just think people need to understand, it's like protein is not something that's literally just like a so dire requirement that if you don't have it, you would just disappear. No, protein is only when you're trying to build something. So if you're trying to get a little more peaches back there, then yeah, increase your protein intake. But you can literally, like I said, be doing hemp seeds, nuts, blend that all up and make your own protein powder instead of that fake chemical concoction that they be giving y'all. So yeah, like that's how I make sure I get my nutrients. Just like I said, following what Dr. Sabi suggested. And any advice I have for y'all, my advice would be do your research, because you will see that, like, before I became a vegetarian, I used to think, like, what I'm gonna have though? Like, you know, because it was like, I used to look at meat being the main or the entree as they call it. But it's like anything can be your entree. And it's also like knowing how to move. Like when you go to Chick-fil-A, you can't get no chicken sandwich no more, but you can get a veggie route. Like, so it's like, you know, just like I said, doing your research so you don't feel like you're in a box. What about yourself, though?
For me, how I get all the necessary nutrients from my diet, I would just say, like Tara said, research. You know, I do follow the Dr. Sebi alkaline list because of Tara. Tara has influenced me a lot and gave me a lot of research to do, and I've done my own. So following that. And also, I just want to just add to this. Not eating junk, okay, for breakfast, I'm not just eating potatoes and a pastry and whatever. I'm making sure I get my, what I need, you know, like whether that's fruit or I can make a toast. Like I can do all that. It's just as long as I'm not putting the red dyes and all that stuff. So, I would say, like, me personally, I need to get better at looking at, okay, you know, this, that, and the third, but I just make sure that I'm not eating crap. I'm not eating things in my body. Yeah. And what advice do I give to someone who is planning on switching? I would say you have to get out of the mindset of what your plate used to be like. Right. You know, and also what you're supposed to taste in one meal, you know, because I feel like even though I do love a big plate, I always love putting a bunch of food on my plate. I realize that that's not needed all the time. So it's just like just regulating with yourself and knowing like, it's possible, you know. Right. You have to be strong, because I go out with friends who are all meat eaters, and of course I don't really get to say in the restaurant. So myself, I ensure that I always have a snack. I always have this, that, and third. I always look up places before, because I know my diet lifestyle. I don't just go to places and be like, I don't have nothing for me, whatever. I look ahead, plan ahead, and I just live life.
Yeah. And it's like, when you, as you mentioned, basically when you become a vegetarian or a vegan, you have to be self-disciplined, because people think that, like, since you're a vegetarian, that you're just gonna somehow just walk into like, bet everybody's vegetarian. Yeah. No, you might be the only one, you know, in your group, or you might be the only one in your office at work. But it's like, as long as you like make sure you clarify things, that's what's important. Because like, if somebody say, what's your dietary restrictions, tell them, so it won't be like people are like assuming,
Yeah.
you know, you're a part of the meat eater community that's overwhelming. Literally overwhelming to our society and environment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then,
Okay.
real quick, sorry, just to add, like, I know when I go to restaurants, you know, some like nice restaurants, they ask, "Oh, do you have any allergies?" Although being a vegetarian is not an allergy, I do like to say, "No, I don't have any allergies. I am a vegetarian." Just so they know, don't be mixing the meat fork with that and that. So it's okay to like announce it, you know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest. Overall, when I'm at restaurants. And this goes beyond my almost 3 years as being a vegetarian. I always ask for plastic silverware, y'all. And that's because, y'all, it's like, do you know how many times that fork goes in somebody's mouth? Like, if we start thinking like that, everybody would be on the same wave. But it's also like, I wish that there were like disposable, like healthier alternatives, like, because plastic of course is trash, but it's like, as long as it's never been on nobody's mouth, cool. So I'll tend to do that just because, like I said, not like the cleanliness, but in addition, it's like that fork could have been cutting up a steak. You get what I'm saying? So it's like we have to think about stuff like that. All right.
Okay, so my next question is, can you share some herbs or foods that have great health benefits and how you use them? And how do you deal with cravings or situations where vegetarian options are limited?
So some herbal remedies, I'm going to specify for digestion. I mentioned this previously in another question, but make sure you're taking your black seed oil. You can get black seed oil at any health store. Atlanta wise, it's a health store in Little 5 Points. Just drop in that gym, because that's where I've gotten all my black seed oil. Mullein, I'm sorry, real quick off digestion. Mullein is great for respiratory functions. So if you are a smoker, whether 420 or others, which if you on the other side, I'm looking and I'm questioning.
Very much
but anyways, y'all need to be taking mullein. All you gotta do is drop these oils in a bottle of water, or mullein can also be in the tea form, whichever one you prefer. And make sure you take that, like, I would say daily, but I know everybody has their own different, patterns on how they do things, but mullein really will clean your lungs, and we need to clean our lungs no matter what smoke. But I'm specifically talking about 420 people, because I know that y'all be like, oh, it's a plant, but the combustion isn't. The combustion from the fire isn't. And my goal is to stop smoking eventually. So some people be like, it's really not gonna help if you still doing it on a consistent basis. But it's like, it's better to do something instead of nothing at all.
Yeah.
Respectfully. Okay, another tip for digestion when it comes to herbal remedies is iron-rich alkaline foods, which is all approved by Dr. Sebi, which is figs, dates, garbanzo beans, aka chickpeas, and hemp seeds. So that helps with digestion, but this is also, like I said, these have so many beneficial factors in addition. And just how do I deal with cravings and situations? Like I said, you just gotta know what to go do. Like, say for instance, you out with your friends and they all eating burgers. Okay, let me go pull up the grindhouse and get me an impossible one.
Okay.
Like, it's like you just gotta know what to do. Cause it's like options can be limited, but you ain't gotta stay there. Like, you could just be out with them and then go find what you want later, if that is the case. But me personally, if I'm like going out with a man or whatever, I will just tell him, hey, here's a restaurant that we both can eat at. Because it's like, I don't want him to feel like, dang, she ain't even eating. I want him to feel like, okay, we're eating, we're having great conversation. So yeah, just find out what works for you. Okay, so what about you, Daria?
Okay, so for herbal remedies for hair growth, we have rosemary oil. This stimulates blood circulation to the scalp, which encourages hair follicle growth. So with rosemary, you can mix it with a few drops of coconut oil, and it will be great for the scalp. Very hydrating. Nettle leaf, it contains vitamins of A, C, and K, and it helps reduce shedding.
Okay, that's great. So like I said, these are all natural, you guys. So don't be like, should I, shouldn't I? Yes, you should. Why not? It's not going to do anything damaging to you. It's only going to benefit you for the best. So, you know, basically the reason we answer these health questions is to enlighten others, because these are lifestyle changes for overall health. And what's some like habits you feel like the audience should know about?
Definitely get enough sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep throughout your day. If you're a busy person, make sure you get your naps in. I'm a person who believes in naps. Get your naps in.
Right. And make sure you exercising. Like some of y'all think, well, I mean, I maintain this weight, so no, we still need to be exercising. We need to be moving our limbs so our body can be used to that as we continue to age.
And you don't have to do too much. Like you can go walking. We're not saying you have to get in the gym and lift 50 pounds.
Or you can turn on your little YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's plenty videos on there where you can be, you know, in your house working out.
For sure.
And I mean, we both have spoke about this, but we have to reduce processed foods, you guys, for our overall well-being. And last but not least, what else?
Your water intake. Keep track of your water. Make sure you're drinking water, not soda, not juice, water.
Water. Let's drink some right now, Daria.
To encourage the people, drink some with us.
Because some of y'all like, I don't drink water like that. Don't brag on that. That's not right.
Actually, change your life immediately.
And again, I'm emphasizing natural spring water when available and glass bottle when available. So if you can get a glass bottle, try to, but if you don't, still make sure that's natural spring water, because purified water ain't nothing but tap water with chemical like filters. Like they put some type of chemical in it to purify it. And y'all be talking about, oh, I love this. No, you don't. No, you don't. So the main reason we're talking about lifestyle changes for overall health, because my show, Too Transparent, Too Transformative, is catered to Black individuals, just like myself, or African American, whichever, you know, specification you want to use. Although I respect the diaspora as a whole, so whether you're in South America, whether you're in Africa, whether you're in the Caribbean, whether you're in the USA, as I just mentioned, this is something that we all should know, but this is something that affects Black Americans predominantly. And that's what me and Daria are about to talk about. Some health conditions Black Americans lead in the United States when it comes to statistical data. And this is not even the whole list, you guys. So I'm starting off with the first three, and Daria will do the second half. But y'all should know this information so y'all can stop trying to pinpoint and pick at vegetarians and vegans of the Black community, because y'all thinking that we're like abandoning our roots. No, we're making health conscious decisions. Number one, high blood pressure, also known as hypertension. Black adults have the highest rates of hypertension in the U.S. Nearly 56% of Black adults have hypertension, which is the overwhelming majority. More people out of the 40 million plus of us have hypertension than not. Isn't that crazy?
That's a lot.
And in additionally, this is a major driver of strokes, heart failures, and kidney failure, which we also lead, but we're just talking about hypertension right now. Okay, heart disease is number 2 on this list. And it's unfortunate because a lot of y'all say, oh, this runs in your family. Does it run in your family? Or are you a part of the unfortunate toxic food community that y'all just keep eating it, not caring? Like, y'all still go to McDonald's. I don't get it. What's not clicking? That's not real food. Black Americans have a higher rate of heart failure, and they're more likely to die from heart-related conditions than anybody else. So y'all don't care though. Y'all remember y'all told me y'all don't care. So okay. And then I just want to mention this as well. Black women are particularly at high risk, but are often undiagnosed. So Black women, we have to be smart and strategic. Make sure you have a black doctor. Make sure you also keep it, keeping, wait a minute. Black women, make sure that you're staying updated with your health. If you're having an issue, face it head on instead of putting it on the back scale. And I'm not telling you to go to a doctor to get that pharmaceutical scam, aka medicine. That's what they call it, but it's not healing you. I'm telling you just to go to the doctor and know what your issue is. Do not fall into the scam of pharmaceutical companies, aka medicine. Find out the issue and then combat it with herbal remedies, because that is what truly will heal you. And then last but not least, yes, Black Americans also lead in strokes, twice as likely to have a stroke as white adults. And we have a higher stroke death rate than any other racial group in the United States.
Wow.
That is so wild.
That's so wild.
That's so wild. But Daria, let them know that the list continues. Go ahead and name it out.
Yes, so type 2 diabetes. Black adults are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes. Higher rates of diabetes related complications like amputations and blindness.
This is crazy. Do you hear these stats? And it's crazy because y'all don't, for the most part, the overall majority don't want to change our eating habits and our exercising habits.
Like this, that's too much.
This is crazy.
That's too much. 60%.
60%, y'all. We're hearing 56%. We're hearing 60%. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Like what?
Literally. So, in speaking about obesity, about 50% of Black women are considered obese.
Not us, thankfully.
The highest rate among all demographics in the United States.
That's
crazy. That's crazy.
But guess what? Big back. They like that. They love the terminology.
I was like, they definitely been
popularizing it.
Thank you. And obesity also leads to higher risk of diabetes, heart disease, and cancer.
Which is certain things we lead also. And now that you mentioned cancer, I just want y'all to know that this is a fact. Only a portion of cancers are directly linked to inherited genes, with estimated ranging from 5% to 10% of all cancers. 5 to 10%, a very small percentage.
So stop blaming it.
Right. While some cancers have stronger genetic components, most are caused by a combination of factors, including environment, lifestyle, and chance. For sure. So let's change our environmental habits. Let's change our food lifestyles, because whatever you're putting in your body, as the saying goes in our community, vegans and vegetarians, it's either feeding or fighting disease. And most of y'all are feeding these diseases because y'all don't make conscious decisions when it pertains to your health. And y'all be like, not most of us. Yes. We just named out 6 conditions that Black Americans lead. And that is not the full list, you guys. I shortened it so we can have time to talk about it on this show. So, like I said, let's just be more aware. And like I said, let's not go the medicine route and go the herbalistic route. Please, I'm begging you guys.
Like, you can go to a doctor to figure out what's going on because they do have the knowledge for that.
Yeah.
Now take that knowledge and go research and look out
and figure out what applies to what.
Yes.
And herbs as in whatever form you want it, whether you want it in a tea way, whether you want to take the capsules, whether you want to do the oil, but make sure you're ingesting this because it is beneficial to you, because you have to strip yourself from all that processed, overly chemical, all that. You got to detox yourself from that. And I want to say that this is going to change the overall narrative, because some people are literally like, oh, I got high blood pressure, let me take my medication. But when you change your narrative, you'll see that those pills never healed them. That's why they have to keep going to CVS, Walgreens, whatever pharmacy, and refilling, because it's never healing
years on this prescription.
Yes, exactly. It's crazy.
Yes.
So don't fall for the pharmaceuticals.
Yes.
go the herbalistic route.
Yes. And then the people who are just transitioning into the herbal stuff, I will let you know, because I've tested this. I went to a doctor and I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, but I saw this. Like, I showed them the instead of the medicine way, the herbal way, and they said, I just know this. So don't just listen to your doctor, please.
No, listen. MD is a doctor of medicine. They don't know herbalism.
Yep.
They only know medicine. That's why they are a doctor of medicine. Versus there are other doctors such as PhD, that's doctor of philosophy, and then EDD is doctor of education. It's different titles. So that's why they have those specifications, because you are a doctor of medicine. That's all they know.
Yep.
They know that, oh, you got a headache, here's ibuprofen, because they only can tell you the medicinal route, because that's what they're paid for, to not heal you, to not cure you, but to make sure you're returning customer. They can't make no money if they don't get you on something. And that's why Dr. Sebi is called Dr. Sebi, because he's a doctor of herbalism. He was teaching people how to heal themselves through herbal practices. And that's also why, you know, I'm trying to encourage you that they can only teach you one route. You have to study others. All right, well, that was a great discussion. Crystal clear with segment 3. And yeah, we hope that y'all are more aware, and we hope that you make more conscious decisions when it pertains to your health. But we know that, you know, most people who do watch my show are grown. So you're going to make your own decisions as a grown person. I know that. But make the better ones. Make the better choices.
It's so much easier. You'll feel a lot better.
Yes. So we get into the last segment 4, which is rate review, aka 0 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. A rating game with no in-betweens. You either hate it or you love it. But hopefully you love it like you love me. So this game has 2 categories, and each category has 3 topics. So are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes. So since Daria is co-hosting, I'm going to do category 1 and she going to do category 2. Okay. All right. Category 1. Since we were talking about health all this whole time, I wanted to talk about mental health and wellness for this first category, because don't get it twisted. Health goes beyond the foods we consume, but also, like I said, our practices, exercising, whatever mental practices you have, whether it's meditating, praying, etc. Okay, number 1. Solo travel as a form of self-care. What we giving it?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I done been to Chicago alone. People told me don't do that. I did it twice. I done been to Vegas alone. We going to Vegas in August. Yay. But it's fun.
Do it.
Just be safe.
Of course.
Like, always be safe, of course, but have fun.
Exactly.
It's a quote. I can't remember the doctor name, so I'm sorry, I can't give her credit. But it's she says, don't confuse peace for boring.
Oh, I like that.
And she spoke a word.
Yes.
Okay, number 2, journaling to process emotions. I'm giving that a 10 out of 10.
Me too, 10 out of 10.
I write
It's
all
needed.
the time, y'all.
Yeah, it's needed.
Okay, number 3, taking mental health days from work.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Take your PTO time.
Got to.
Y'all, take your PTO time. Some of y'all are overworking yourself. Stop that. Because guess what? You could die tomorrow and they'll have somebody hired the next day.
Exactly. And then they're going to tell your family member that they got to pay what you didn't do.
Period.
Crazy.
They're like, well, she missed her day at work.
So,
like, that's what I'm saying, y'all. We got to take our personal time off, because that's what it is. Personal time off to, you know, reconnect with, you know, whatever great feeling you need.
without feeling guilty.
Without feeling guilty.
Yes.
All right. You got it.
Okay, so this category is food and nutrition.
Yes.
So, alkaline diets as a lifestyle choice.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. That's a for sure.
And don't get it twisted. I'm not completely alkaline by now. The Haagen-Dazs ice cream can't vouch for that. But it's like, obviously I should be incorporating alkaline fruits and vegetables into my diet. And also, I'll say that, you know, alkaline herbs as well. But the main reason I gotta shout out Haagen-Dazs though, because at least they don't put monodiglycerides in their ice cream. Hello.
Crazy. It's good though. We just had some last night.
No, that Haagen-Dazs.
Have some in the fridge, right? Our freezer. Okay, so sea moss in smoothies and daily supplements. 10 out of 10.
Gotta have the sea moss. And I'm gonna be honest, it's better to have sea moss in something, because when you swallow, it's like you swallowing a brick.
It's disgusting.
It's like, it's not the best like taste by itself, but when you put it in stuff, it doesn't have a taste, so it's perfect.
Yes, for sure. Okay, and our last one is raw veganism for overall health. 10 out of 10.
Again, like I said, I'm not doing it directly right now.
It's the
but
goal.
Of course, it's literally the best for you.
Yes.
What are y'all not getting?
Yes.
As much raw foods as possible. And I'm gonna try to make sure to include in this episode how we're supposed to be eating based off what Dr. Sebi say, so you can be eating the right foods at the right time.
Good.
And that's better for your good health. Yes.
That's good.
Well, that's the end of this episode, you guys. Too transparent, too transformative, with me, your co-host Tara Love, and my lovely co-host Daria Duhart.
Hi.
So y'all, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Everything will make me happy.
Yes.
Next time, bye bye. This healthy living, we healthy living. Let me